Right, someone asked me to explain the cube or the dots, you know, like the Masonic cube. Okay, this is the pattern. So it's 3 steps in masonry, 5, subtotal 7. All right, and the cube comes from, now I'm looking through my phone here, I'm going to try and do this a bit difficult, but look, here's the cube, right? That's the top of the cube or the square. All right, then the lines down here are the 3, like this. Oh, wait there. Okay, and then when these join up like that, we end up with the Masonic cube, and obviously that pattern repeats itself over and over again. Okay, where the let me just do that again. So it's 1. Wait there. Just stick with me if I'm not thinking. Remember, I'm not a professional orator here. Do you know what I mean? You know what I mean? Right, 1, 2. So there's the Masonic pattern there. Okay. Now if it's repeated, and which means it goes. So there'd be 1. Oh, now we've got it. So it'd be 1 here and 1 here, because it's the 5 pattern all the time. You see, and you're getting groups of 5. Look, you see. Now see if I get this right. Hopefully I can. So that means that 1 would go there. 1 would go there, and then 1 would go there. Anyway, the pattern's a bit like this. Wait a minute, let's see if I can do it. I do get excited when I can't do stuff. That's great. Right, so there's the pattern there, right? And that is the pattern for, obviously, for all the Masonic cubes, right? Okay. Obviously, it's a bit lost in there, but it's there that the Masonic cube is repeated. Yeah, there should be 1 here. Now, where the 3, 5, 7 Masonic compass come into it, yeah, because obviously this cube repeatedly like this makes the square and compass, right? So if we take in to consideration, here's the box here, right? Where am I? So here's the box here, this box here. Okay, and then there's the cube. Okay, so to find the compass, like I said, the 3, 5, 7, it's the 2 edges that make up, which goes from here. So it's this, right? Oh, if I get this wrong, it'll be so embarrassing. Which goes to here. Okay, am I doing this right? I don't think I am. Oh yes, I am. And there it is there. That is your 3, 5, 7. That makes up the square and compass, yeah? Do you get that? Dumb. I think I've got that right. Let me have a look. Check. I don't know if I got that right. Wait a minute, because it comes off of here, which puts the dot here. Look, that comes off of there, which puts the dot here. Okay. Then it goes down to this dot here. So that's the square. And then the other square comes from this dot here, like that. Okay, and then your that's your square, and then your compass comes from here, which the other dot in the pattern would be here. Okay, which is this line then. Okay, zoop, and that would go up to this dot here, which would be here. Hope you're getting this. I'm sort of explaining it a bit, and then this would come down here to this dot here. Okay, so that's your square and compass, where the cube, yeah, the 3, 5, 7 steps in masonry, and then you follow the cube lines, yeah, and that gives you the square and compass. Do you see what I mean? But also, if the pattern is repeated, okay, which is like this, I hope I'm getting this right as well. When you see this pattern like this, and it carries on like this, this is where it is, where this pattern is repeated like that. This is where you get the square and compass all the time, yeah. And then it'd be here, the dot would be here, dot would be here, and then these would join up like this, and so on, and then there'd be 1 dot here. See what I mean? And this is how they build up, so you get multiple squares and compasses. But that's where the cube come into it. You see, the 3, 5, 7. Yeah, steps in masonry makes the cube, yeah. So let me just do the 3, 5, 7 again. So it's 1, 2, 3 steps in masonry, and then above 1, 2, and below. Oh, I'm doing this through the bloody camera, sorry. So that's your 5, yeah, and then subtotal is 7, yeah. So that, like I said, these cubes, like that, that's the Masonic cube, but that's the 357 makes the complete cube. And then if you obviously, like with the multiple patterns of the same thingy, you actually end up with this as well. Do you know what I mean? Which represents the square and compass, but it's also the 357 steps in masonry. Do you know what I mean? Because like I said, when you just see that without the dots, that still represents that, because what you do, you fill in the dots yourself. Do you know what I mean? Because that's what they do. And then when you fill in the dots yourself, you end up with the cubes. Do you know what I mean? So that would come down here, obviously, but you fill in the pattern yourself, so you end up with, so even though you see this pattern here, which I've been showing you in many films, yeah, it's still the same over and over again. Do you know what I mean? So it's not only it's not only the square and compass it's showing you, it's actually showing you the cubes. So they just don't put it in. So the basics, the signage is this, if I can get it right. Oh god, here we go, and it comes down here like this. I've got to remember this. How does this go again? I forgot how it go, but it's something to do with this, like this. I think that's the sign. I think, you know what I mean? It's square and compass, but you have this line here, yeah, which then denotes the cube. Do you know what I mean? For the shape of the cube, or something along the line. I forget what it is. Oh no, I don't know. I can't remember now. I forget. You know what my memory's like. But anyway, but that's what it denotes. You know, that is your 357 steps in masonry. 3, 5, 7 total. Oh, I can do it here. See, 3 steps in masonry, 5 total, and then all the dots together makes 7. So that's 3, 5 steps in masonry. That makes the Masonic cube. Yeah, you can research their cube. They've got them in, like, the cubes all over the world. You know what I mean? They're cubes if you research them. And then when you get the pattern going like this, do you know what I mean? That just denotes, do you know what I mean? Like I said, over and over again, it's the square and compass. They know that, and that's what that's all about. Do you know what I mean? And you can see it in their architecture all over the place. Do you know what I mean? Dum dum dum. And like I said, when you join all them dots, that's what you end up with, that pattern. Do you know what I mean? And like I said, all that denotes, you know, that pattern denotes the square and compass, the cube, 357 steps in masonry. Do you know what I mean? Because they, like I said, these are the 5 steps. Look, these are the 5. See the 5 there? Even though you're getting that square and compass pattern this way, yeah, what they do, yeah, they add that piece on. They know that makes the Masonic cube. Do you know what I mean? So this is the top of the cube, and then obviously this would be the side. There's the other side, boom, boom, and then you get the Masonic cube. You see? Can you see that? I'm a bit confused myself, but let me see if I can do it. Well, it's there. That cube is there. Do you see that? It's in there. Look, see? There's the cube there. That's what that is in there. Look, there's the 3 dots and the 2 above on either side. I hope you get what I'm saying there. Do you know what I mean? So it's 3. I'll do it one more time. 1, 2, 3. Yeah, and then you get 1 above here, 1 above here, 1 here, and 1 below here. Yeah, which then, like I said, which signifies. Do you know what I mean? That is in there. Do you see what I mean? That is in there, and that. Just because you can do the same, you know, I can now make 2 diamonds, yeah? Oh, yeah, that's another point. Let me just get that through. See, when you see 2 diamonds, yeah? Oh, sorry for that. I'm trying to do this looking through my bloody phone. It's a nightmare. Like 2 diamonds like this signifies square and compass, yeah? Because, like I said, this comes off here, yeah? Okay, and then this comes down here, which again, yeah? Which again signifies, if you count the dots, look, yeah, on all points of contact, yeah, which signifies the 3, 5 steps in masonry. I think I explained it a little bit better, actually, didn't it? So remember, so 2 crosses or X's, whatever you want to call them, 2 X's, all right, yeah, 2 X's together. Oh, I'm looking through the phone. Sorry, this is bad. So 2 X's together, 2 crosses together make the square and compass. Yeah. All right. 2 squares, right, with an X in, show a top of a pyramid. Remember, this is a pyramid, okay? You know what I mean? You're looking down on a pyramid, yeah? So two squares with 4, because there's 4 square, 4 triangles, 4 pyramids, whatever you know. I'm not getting into all of that. It's all different signs. I'm just trying to keep this simple, right? So 2 looking down on pyramids, let's put it that way, because you've got the concept of 3, right? The concept of 3 is a pyramid, yeah? 3 sides, yeah? Right? Concept of 4 is a square. Do you see what I mean? But anyway, so when you've got that looking down on 2 pyramids, you end up with 2 square and you end up with a square and compass, yeah? Right? But don't forget, like I said, once you add the hidden dots, which is here and here, I believe. Is that right? I think I'm getting that right. Yeah, so it's 5. Then you put this hidden dot here, and obviously the other dot would be here. You know what I mean? You end up with your 3, 5, 7. Yeah, and then that makes the big square and compass. And if you line them up, yeah, obviously, properly, and I did the dots right, do you know what I mean? You would end up with these would meet all at levels, or the same measurements on each point. Do you know what I mean? So all the points would measure up exactly, properly. But again, look, you see the pattern here, this pattern, diamond, and you can call them whatever you want, but that's the same pattern. Do you know what I mean? Either way, whatever way you go, it doesn't matter what way you go. I'll do another diamond here, look. Oh, I'm looking through my phone. I'm a bad drawer. Do you know what I mean? But it's the same thing by just adding that there, these 2 lines here, you now end up with the square and compass that way, yeah. So that's what you got to watch. That's what it's all about, patterns. You know what I mean? And this is what they like showing all the time in their films. I hope that's explained it a little bit better. I mean, I'm not really good at, I'm not a professional orator. Oh look, there's people talking to me. You know what I mean? But anyway, yeah, I can see you watching. But that's what the basics of it is, yeah. It's 3 dots, which is the 3 steps in masonry. Okay, let me try and do it. 3 steps in masonry. Then we have the 5, and then also total is 7, yeah. And what that does, here we go. There's the cube, right? Oh, it's down there. Oh, it's terrible looking through your phone. I'm trying to do this. I'm not a professional. Remember this. So you end up with the cube, and like I said, the cube, when you line up the with the 3, 5, 7, which is the 3, 5, 7, when you come off these parts, yeah, like this, down this road here, and this road, I can't, with the paper sliding about, I'm trying to do this, it's horrendous. But when you come down these parts here and this part here, you end up with the square. Thank you very much. Have a great day, everyone. Hope that explained the, continue. I hope that's explained it a bit better for you. You know what I mean? Obviously, I'm not, like I said, I'm not a professional orator, but this, like I said, there's the square and compass. Do you know what I mean? But this line here, that makes the cube. Do you know what I mean? As you take it on, it makes the cube up. Do you know what I mean? And don't forget there are other little signs as well. Look for your paperwork, things like this. Look for signs like this. This is all their signage, some of this, you know what I mean? I should do a whole thing on what the signs are, really, because you put them on you put them on your envelope, so it might help you. You never know, do you know what I mean? Just simple little signs, All of these are signs of masonry, do you know what I mean? And like I said, when I do my first, obviously, what we've got here is the G for Freemasonry, and then when I do the 2 lines like that on the beginning of my post, that's actually just, you know what I mean? G within a pyramid. Do you see what I mean? And don't forget the point within a circle is the compass. So you see anything like that, it's not a Mexican. Do you know what I mean? Some people think that's a Mexican, but it ain't. This is a Mexican riding a bike. You know what I mean? Well, 2 Mexicans riding a bike. Yeah, that's it. Put some handlebars in there and put his hands in. There you go. But yeah, but this point within a circle, compass. Do you know what I mean? Again, denoting Freemasonry. But that's what this is anyway. I hope you all get it. I'll just do it one more time. 3 dots, 2 dots. Yeah, so that's that. Look for that pattern, yeah, and like I said, it's repeated like this, okay. But that is the square and compass. Do you know what I mean? And again, if you look in the upholstery, that's diamond shapes. Just because they're diamond shapes, yeah, those diamond shapes make the square and compass. Do you know what I mean? Because the diamond shapes, which if I just do the two, they come off here. Look, they branch off here. You see the two diamonds, yeah, boom, which is here. Let me just show you the two diamonds. There's a diamond there and there's a diamond here, okay, and then that obviously from that point there, look, boom, and then this point here, so you end up with a square and compass that way. But also within that, remember, is the cube. Do you know what I mean? Because that still makes the cube, but the 357 makes the square and compass. Oh, I did that quite good actually, didn't I? I'll do it again. I sussed it. I done it right that time. But that's what that is. That's the 3, 5, 7 steps in masonry. 3, the 5, 7 total. 3, 5, 7 steps in masonry. 2 diamonds, obviously, okay, which I said are here. Okay, the 2 diamonds. So when you come off them points, which are these, okay, that gives you the square and compass, right? But here, like I said, here's the cubelet, or here's the cube, which is here. This is the cube. Down, 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 and there's your Masonic cube. I wish I had different coloured pens so I could have done that a bit better. But there you go, that's the cubelet. But the 357, like I said, when you follow the lines, makes the square and compass and the same pattern all the time. Do you know what I mean? And that's what that is. That's the sort of patterns you're looking for. Do you know what I mean? You make the cube, it makes a square and compass, yeah, and it also, like I said, always watch for two crosses make a square and compass. Do you know what I mean? And that's what it's all about. These are little signages, what you must look for, especially this pattern here. Do you know what I mean? Because this is the sneaky one. Like I said, it makes 2 diamonds, but it ain't. It's a cube also. You know what I mean? And there it is again, the cubelet. There it is, the cube. And then, like I said, coming off of that cube, if you follow the lines, you end up with a square and compass. Well, something like that. And there you go, kind ladies. There you go, kind men. Have a great day. I hope that explained it a bit better. Anyway, I'm not very, like I said, I'm not an artist, but that's what that's about. Do you know what I mean? Oh, I'll tell you what else I've got here. I'll just show you this. You know what I mean? Inside the Brotherhood. Brilliant book. Another one of my reads I read. But this one here, this is, what is this book here, what I've been reading? I've marked it. Masonic Jurisprudence, you know what I mean? But there's all sorts of in here. Benevolent funds, do you know what I mean? Bylaws, the warrants, provisional districts, you know what I mean? It's even got, like, you know, where they take them to court and all that, you know what I mean? And give them a bollock or a fine. Where is it? Look. Resignations, Masonic penalties, do you know what I mean? So they've got all their own rules. Like I said, they've got a law unto themselves. That is nothing to do with us. Do you know what I mean? We've got all this in here. But look at this. I just found, you know, I mean, I forgot about this actually because I was doing the lodges in my other video. But look, they even have, look, where is it here? I'm sure it was here somewhere. Where is it? Yeah, red apron lodges. So the red apron lodges, wherever they may be, yeah. So apart from having like provisional and grand lodges and all the rest I've said about it, they actually have red apron lodges. How many red apron lodges are there within the UK or the world? So that's a new, you know, like I said, that's a new one on for you guys. You know what I mean? You profane people. Like I said, red apron lodges. So, you know, apart from all the other lodges I've shown you, they have red apron lodges, you know. But look, they got non-Masons at dinner, Grand Lodge of Canada, tenure of Grand Mastership, Master of Qualifications, misuse of lodge premises. Cool, what? They're always having brothels and God knows whatever. So there's always being misused, in it, for satanic ritual abuse. Dual membership and liabilities, abstination from voting, senior warden's right to rule. You know what I mean? They got all, it's all their own thing. Like I said, they're a world unto their own. And because we're profane and without the temple, you know, if anyone want to read that, I'll leave that like that. So you can come back and pause the video and read that little bit yourself. Look, Freemasons in the outer world. Do you hear that? Yeah? Freemasons in the outer world. Where do you think the outer world is? That's without the temple, amongst the profane, which is you. Yeah, in the outer world. Do you know what I mean? Hear it yourself. This is why you're the hated profane, you know. I'll hold that there and you can read it yourselves at leisure. You are the hated profane, you know what I mean? Look, in the outer world, see? So when they're in the lodge, because there's no time within a lodge, by the way, and the lodge never sleeps anyway, because they're always working to screw the profane. But look at that, the Freemason in the outer world, see? Because when they go in the lodge, they believe they're in another world, do you know what I mean? Which is Masonic world, you know? Just unreal, these people. But people are waking up to them, which is a great thing. But if you want to read them bits, read it as your leisure. But that's the Freemason in the outer world. Because when they leave the lodge, they look at you as something not of their world, you know what I mean? And you may not think that's true, but that's a fact. Do you know what I mean? Resignations, Masonic penalties, look. I'll leave that there so you can have a little read of that. You'll have to pause the video. And then you can read through it at your own leisure. I'm reading it backwards though. I should have gone forwards. But you never know what you're getting when you're watching my videos. Because I ain't a professional orator. But there you go, you know what I mean? But hopefully you'll find something of interest within the pages I'm showing you here. Like I said, all this is being scanned and put on my forum anyway. For all profane, you know. This is easy within the profane lodge that I run. There you go. You can pause the video at your leisure, and hopefully you'll find things of interest to read upon. But their books are full of themselves. Do you know what I mean? All egos. They're their own. You know, their own people. They look at us as nothing. Do you know what I mean? Absolutely nothing. They eat all the best food. They've got all the best houses. They run all the businesses. Like I said, when they hand a business over, ain't because Paul Smith's just bought it or whoever. It's because they're handing it to another Freemason brother because they already own it. So they just pass it to someone, you know, like ownership, and he pretends to buy it or whatever. But it's always in the Freemasons, you know, possession. It never leaves. That's why they fire. That's why they say you'll never work in this town or another one ever again. Because they run it all. I wish I'd have gone forward on this. Sorry guys that I've gone backwards. But if you pick up anything of interest, you know, on the pages, what you want and you see, and you want to learn a bit more, let me know. I'll soon scan it up and get it out there for you. You know me, I love to be a Cowan. I'm the best Cowan eavesdropper the Freemasons have ever met. You know what I mean? But there you go. The Masonic penalties where they bash the brothers over the head if they speak out of tune. But yeah, I hope you always watch him. He's brilliant. He's got 2 books, Martin Shaw. You know what I mean? It's the further secrets. But yeah, just get into it, you know. Like I said, these people, you wouldn't believe the power they wield over us, you know what I mean? You know, about the Negro, you know what I mean? Look, they're pure, you know, in the Masonic literature, do you know what I mean? They're pure, like, you know, this is where the Ku Klux Klan come from, do you know what I mean? They're just racists, you know? But they had to take these people, you know, I'll say these people or whatever, I don't know, you know, I don't try and, because I don't want, you know, sound too thingy up because I'm like old school, but, you know, this is why they say they take these people in because they want to control them, do you know what I mean? You know, if it gets too powerful, they don't like that, do you know what I mean? So they take all these people in that, you know, it don't matter what, you know, again, I don't want to get into the religion side of things, but they'll take any religion, any race, any culture. They're a bit like the Borg, you know, on Star Trek. They'll assimilate anything and anyone. You know, I'll leave that there. I'll let you have a little read of that as well. You know what I mean? But this is their literature, you know, all the literature they've got, you know, on the, well, what do you call it, Negro? I don't know, but on coloured people. And I'll tell you what, I don't know why they're going on about it anyway. Any of you, or you're racist, in about 5,000 years' time, we're all going to be the same colour, because we're all, like, is it called interbreeding? I don't know, but we're all mixed race now. Love, you cannot stop love. Do you know what I mean? Blacks love whites, whites love blacks, Chinese love blacks, whites love Chinese, Chinese love whites, blah blah blah. All the different cultures are now mixed because people fall in love. Do you know what I mean? And then they have babies, and then them babies have other babies with other cultures, and before you know it, and like I said, in about 5,000 years' time, there ain't going to be no black or white or anything, because they're all got to be the same colour. So there you go. So wait for 5,000 years, and hopefully by that time, Freemasonry is a thing of the past as well. Second Anti-Masonic convention held at Baltimore, you see what I mean? Anti-Masonic held at Philadelphia. Why do you think they have these conventions, these anti-Masonics? Because they know they're corrupt. And this has gone back in, what? This is in oh, there's no timestamp on it. Oh, yeah, 1831. These were rated as being rotten. Do you know what I mean? But that's, you know, but that's what it is. Anyway, I'm now going to finish. I can't keep educating you profane. It's hard enough educating myself. But if I've just shown you these, that's how vast, you know, the amount of information they have on their books. Here's another one, look. Masters and Master Masons. You know, and it gives all the directions on what they should and should do. The Vulgate, look, the Greek version of the Septuagint ignores the dilemma and just calls him Chirim. But St. Jerome and the Latin Vulgate plumped for the little translation, and I can't read that, I'm really sorry. I'll leave that there for you, just to have a little good. The Great Bible of 1539, which was the parent of the authorised version, varies this slightly. A man whom my father Hiram did use, did Hiram his father make. The Bishop's Bible, oh, I've got someone who'll be interested in this actually. Very interested. The Working Tools, look, for 240 years. You know, but it's all sorts. You know, they're so vast that they're jewels. That, you know, some are removable. They're jewels. Do you know what I mean? And they got the installations. But like I said, this is just absolute biblical evidence. Yeah, one piece of that has sometimes been overlooked, and that is the name by which we refer to our hero, Hiram Abiff. Where does it come from? Certainly not the authorized version of the Bible, which tells us plainly about Solomon, king of Israel, and Hiram, king of Tyre, and merely mention of a third name called Hiram or Huram. I'll leave that there for my little religious friends. The Vulgate, we've done the Bishop Basher, Luther and Coverdale. But you know, I don't know all of this. Like I said, I'm thick. You know what I mean? I'm profane beyond belief, you know, because I don't, you know, people know I know Freemasonry, but I know nothing. It's so vast, you know, the books, you know, and the knowledge, what is in there. And I can only read so much, can't you? Do you know what I mean? And I don't want to spend my whole life, you know, research, even though I've done a lot, you know, I've done a lot on Freemasonry, but you know, most of these books, you know, I've had a read and a flick through, but I've got so many you just wouldn't believe it. Look at this one, Tied to the Masonic Apron Strings. You know, what's this one? I ain't even looked at this one. I've got so many books you just wouldn't believe it. You know what I mean? Let's have a flick through. Creatures of Comfort, Not the End of the Story. To convert the Catholic Church into a Masonic temple took a lot of work by the members of the Tahawatawan Lodge, who did much of their own remodelling. The Stations of the Cross, which were painted on the walls, were neatly painted over with the square and compasses. See them square and compasses? They put them everywhere. The pews were removed, with the masters and the warden stations were constructed. While the work was going on, curious parishioners who had formerly worshipped there stopped by to see the work in progress, including Father Murphy. One day, after a hole for the light over the altar had been made, one curious visitor asked what the hole in the ceiling was for. "Oh," answered one of the volunteer workers, "when Father Murphy came in today and saw that we had done to the Stations of the Cross, he went right through the roof." Well, is this supposed to be a joke book or something then? Light your light. Let it be a Mason every day, not only on Tuesday night, for it is being a Mason all the while that given our craft its light. This is supposed to be a joke book then, is it? I don't know. But there you go. Have a great day, everyone. And remember, I love you all. Especially you profane. You Freemasons. Well, what can I say about you Freemasons being a gang stalking crew in my life? Anyway, see you all. Have a great day. Yeah. Oh, baby. But I am profane, Jackie. I am profane. You know what I mean? I may not be thick, but I am profane. Especially profane to let them get on with what they've been doing for the last 25 years. Do you know what I mean? But they don't know what I've been doing, so it's all right. And I bet you I'd be laughing harder than they would once I... Anyway, have a great day, everybody.